So what times 3 gives us 24? It was 8, because again, 8 times 3 is 24, 24 divided by 3 is 8. So now that we went back to that basic fact, we can come back to the problem that they wanted us to answer, which was what is 240 divided by 30? Now again, this is different. Now we have a 0 over here in the divisor. So here's a little trick that's so much fun. You get to cross out the zeros to basically make it back to a basic math fact. So the actual answer of 240 divided by 30 is still 8. And how do I know that? Because 8 times 30 will give me 240. So let me explain that one more time. If they gave us a problem that said, what is 240 divided by 30? Just like before, what we would do is we would take away one zero at a time to work backwards until we get to a basic math fact. And we found the answer was 8. Knowing that, the pattern was the answer still stays, but when we work with those zeros, we can start adding zeros. But if you have a 0 on the dividend and the divisor, you can cross out the same amount of zeros on both sides. If there's one here and one here, you can cross them out. It's like they cancel each other out. And what is 24 divided by 3 then? It's just 8. Let's see another example of that. So it's a little bit different when we only had zeros in the dividend, but let's do another one just to see an example. What if we did, 180 divided by 60? Okay, so if we take it a step back, we would have 18 divided by 6, right? And that's a fact family. 6 times 3 is 18. So we know it's going to be a 3, but if there's a 0 on both sides, you can also now just cancel them out, and 18 divided by 6 is 3, so your answer is 3. So remember that was a little different as opposed to this. What if I had an 180 divided by 6? This was a little different, so in order to figure this out, go back a step, which would be 18 divided by 6, which is 3. So the 3 stays, and because there's only one 0 on the left side, you add it over here. So the answer to this one would be 30. Do you see the difference between this problem and this problem? This was 180 divided by 6. So we found the basic fact family and did the patterns trick with the 0 and added it into our answer. This one's 180 divided by 60. If you have a 0 on both sides, you can cancel them out and then divide across, and this is your answer. Let's see the difference between that on another example, because repetition really is the best way to get that light bulb moment and kind of get it to click. What if we had, let's see, 450 divided by 90? And we'll compare that to what we do if the problem said 450 divided by 9. These are two completely different equations. This is 450 divided by 90, and this one is 450 divided by 9. But watch what happens, okay? So if you have only one 0 and it's in the dividend, right? If the divisor doesn't have a 0, all you need to do is go back and find the basic math fact by taking away the 0 and doing 45 divided by 9. So math facts of 9s, you can work backwards and use multiplication. What times 9 gives me 45? It is 5. So we know a 5 will be in our answer, and then how many zeros were in the dividend? There was only 1, so you add it to your answer. So the answer here is 50. Because over here you have a 0 in both the dividend and the divisor, cross out the zeros. What is 45 divided by 9? It is 5. So the answer to this one is 5. Okay? So obviously you have different answers and different steps. So let's see it again. So let's say your book asks you to solve two different problems. What if it wanted you to do 140 divided by 7? Let's do that one first. So we only have a 0 in the dividend, so take it away and just do basic math fact in order to figure out what the problem is, right? This is the equation we're solving. This is the problem that's probably written in your book or on your paper. So write the previous pattern, taking away the 0. 14 divided by 7 is 2. So we know there's going to be a 2 in our answer, and then how many zeros were in your dividend? There was only 1, so you add it. Answer is 20, okay? In your book, if the other problem looked like this, again, because I want to show you the difference, what if number 2 said, what is 140 divided by 70? Well, now I have a 0 in the divisor. So if you have a 0 in the divisor, they cancel each other out and then divide the fact that's there, the fact family. 14 divided by 7 is 2. So your answer to this one is 2. Okay, let's do some more. What if I had, 30 divided by, what if I had 30 divided by 10? Okay, cross out the zeros because they cancel each other out, and 3 divided by 1 is 3. So your answer is 3. What if I had 600 divided by 10? Look what happens here. So, cross out zeros that cancel each other out, right? Only one can cancel out another one. Now I'm left with 60 divided by 1. 60 divided by 1 is 60, so our answer to here is 60. What if I had 300 divided by 3? I only have zeros on this side, so I can't do the cross canceling, but I can go back steps. So if I take away the zeros, it would go to 30 divided by 3, and we know what that is. 30 divided by 3 is 10. So we know 10 will be here, and how many zeros should there be? There should be 2. So your answer is 100. 100 times 3 would be 300. All right, you guys, so I hope you have fun with these division patterns. Be sure to watch it again in case you need to see them, and I hope you use them to help you when you're dividing with the powers of 10. Thank you so much.